Hey guys, Chris Kohler with Wired.com here at the scene of the crime, Nintendo's press conference, where they have a very special message for hardcore gamers. We don't want you anymore.
Yeah, we heard a lot about a new Wii Sports.
Oh!
We heard a lot about Animal Crossing was the closest thing to a bread and butter game for mainstream gamers, and that's always been sort of, you know, a game that some mainstream hardcore gamers love, but is also been, you know, sort of the outreach to new fans.
Yeah, this year's E3 press conference for Nintendo, Chris Baker, was very casual focused. We saw a new Animal Crossing for the Wii. We saw Wii Music for the Wii, which is very interesting. How would you describe Wii Music?
It's hard to say. It could be like Boogie, or it could be like a more family-friendly kind of Guitar Hero thing. It's hard to say. You certainly look ridiculous while you're playing it.
Basically, the idea behind Wii Music is that you can't screw up, basically. You take the Wiimote, you can use it to play over 50 different instruments. Nintendo's lead designer Shigeru Miyamoto showed how he can play the piano or use it to play guitar. But pretty much whatever buttons you press, the song comes out correct. I mean, that seems to be the idea.
Yeah, hence the worry that it could be like Boogie, which was impossible to fail at.
Yeah, well, we'll see how Wii Music goes. That's going to be released alongside the new Animal Crossing, which has online features this time around this holiday. But if you're a hardcore gamer, not a whole lot for you at Nintendo's press conference. In fact, Nintendo's worldwide president, Satoru Iwata, stood up and said that the Mario team and the Zelda team are both hard at work on new entries in the series, but then didn't actually show those new entries in the series.
Yeah, the closest thing to a big new hardcore game were, they even admitted some of the modes in this Wii Sports Resort were very, very family-friendly, very simple. Some of them maybe a little more hardcore, arguably, but that's not until next spring.
Right, and let's talk about Wii Sports Resort. It's going to come with Nintendo's new Motion Plus controller for the Wii, which plugs into the Wii remote and gives you full one-to-one motion. If you move the Wii remote around like a sword, the on-screen sword does everything that your hand does, and that's really key to these new games in Wii Sports Resort, which is going to come packaged with one of these things. They showed off a jet ski game, they showed off a frisbee game where you're throwing a frisbee to a dog. What else?
They showed off a fencing game, both sort of a mode where you're just slicing up blocks of wood, sharpening pencils, and a mode where you're actually squaring off against someone else and hacking and slashing and blocking.
Yeah, the new guys, you don't need a new Zelda game for Wii, okay? You have pencil sharpening. But you know what? It's, again, the exact same sort of conference that we would have expected from Nintendo. Very casual focused, very much touting the fact that they are, the number 1 and 2 platforms right now. With games on the Nintendo DS, they actually showed, didn't show, but announced that Grand Theft Auto is actually coming to the Nintendo DS later this year, apparently.
Grand Theft Auto, called Chinatown Wars, arrives on DS this winter.
We also we heard a line, a not too subtle jab at Microsoft that other people are sort of picking up on their innovations. They didn't really dig the knife in and twist it, though. They just said they need to disrupt themselves and come up with new things.
Even if it is revolutionary, sooner or later, people will become tired of a new form of entertainment. This happens faster when others try to reproduce the initial change.
Nintendo also announced that the Nintendo DS players are now 50-50 men and women, and they're introducing a lot more games for women on the Nintendo DS, such as Cooking Navi, which is a game that's out in Japan. It's actually a virtual cookbook that works with the DS.
Could you even really call it a game? I mean, are there game-like elements, or is it just kind of an interactive cookbook?
No, absolutely would not call it a game. It is an interactive cookbook that you actually put in your kitchen and use it to help you cook recipes. Well, in closing, Chris Baker, I'd have to say Nintendo obviously introducing a lot of really interesting new products for that casual, that expanded audience that's buying so many Wiis, so many DSs, but at the same time, kind of abandoning even further that hardcore base that supported them all these years.
I'm hurt. Is it me? Is it something I said?